I like the sound of my own voice.
You're my dad, all right.
So I just came from watching Spellbound. Spellbound is on Netflix, released November 22nd, 2024. It's an animation starring the very delightful Rachel Zegler. This is going to be a non-spoiler review of this film. When I say delightful Rachel Zegler, I mean that I do not like this actress, and obviously when I heard that she was in the damn film, I was not very excited to review it. But the story goes that Rachel Zegler voices Princess Ellian. And Princess Ellian, her parents were turned into monsters, and they've been monsters for 1 year. The king and queen of a kingdom have been monsters for 1 year, and nobody apart from Ellian and those inside the castle know about this. Already you can tell that the problem here, the story here is kind of nonsensical, because can you imagine like the president of a country being MIA and not seen for 1 year? Like there's a scene where they're doing like a public address from the top of a tower, and Ellian is moving, but she's standing next to cutouts of her parents. So I'm like, maybe that's how you fool people into thinking that the king and queen are still there. Anyway, the humor in this film is very generic. You can tell that the film is trying to make you laugh from time to time, but the humor is very generic. It consists of a lot of slapstick comedy, overdoing one joke over and over and over again. Like there's this pet that Princess Ellian has, and they keep doing this joke where the animal has swallowed something. Oh, hilarious. This is also a musical, so if you want to hear Rachel Zegler singing all the time, over and over and over, after every 10 minutes, yeah, you'll enjoy this if you want to hear Rachel Zegler singing over and over again. The story is not very good. There's a lot of issues with this. I think the core issue is that I don't care about these parents, because the film starts by Rachel Zegler's character telling you, hey, my parents were human. Some wind came when we were in the forest and it turned my parents into monsters. I'm like, I don't know your parents. They were explained through a narration backstory, so I kind of don't care about them. I don't care that they are monsters, because the film never took the time to flesh them out. The film is 1 hour 15 minutes, but the people writing it just didn't feel the need to show us the parents and make them likable before turning them into beasts. Rachel Zegler's character has no personality beyond being overconfident, being over-optimistic, singing a lot, and making terrible jokes. Some positive things: the animation looks good, the voice acting is okay. The only thing that I dislike about this film in terms of visuals is the darkness. So there's this wind called the darkness that turned the parents of Princess Ellian into beasts. That it looks, the wind thing looks like a badly drawn 5-year-old art. A 5-year-old drew some wind art, and that's what they're using in the animation. I was like, it's like the entire animation, everything looks fine, everything looks great. Animal designs are great, water designs are great. There are all these waterfalls, and the kingdom looks great. But the thing that the plot device that was used to turn the parents of Ellian into animals is just some terribly drawn art, like a 5-year-old drew it. Anyway, the animal designs are very interesting. I think a simple fix of the story would have been, the story begins, because the story takes place on Ellian's birthday. So it would have been nice that on her birthday, she's like on an outing with her parents. You get to see how likable the parents are. Then they get turned into beasts by that wind. And then, Ellian is spared, and then she now begins trying to turn them back into human beings. Then she goes on this quest, and then maybe now that the parents are like monsters, creatures, they get captured, which gives also the movie a sort of like urgency and short time period in which she has to accomplish this. Because in the story they tell you that the parents might stay animals forever, but you never get that feeling. In fact, in the film they begin to actually start to have more human characteristics as the film goes by. So you never get this feeling like the king and queen who are animals are going to become animals forever. You never get that feeling. Also, it feels like Rachel Zegler's character has forever to do this, because I mean, this king and queen, they've been beasts for 1 year. 1 year. That was such a bad writing decision, whoever came up with that. But I would have had everything take place. If I was done writing the story, I would have had everything take place within a short amount of time. It's her birthday, they go out, they get turned into beasts. Ellian is spared. She begins trying to find solutions to turn them back into human beings. She goes on a quest. During that quest, she gets to reconnect with her parents or something, and then this makes the audience care about her and also her parents. And then also during the quest, because it's her birthday, this is now an opportunity for her to go through some growth, something like that. But no, you get this generic story that's trying to be like a Disney princess type story, but it doesn't have the depth or the good writing. Out of 10, I give it a 5. It's watchable, but it's not anything you'll remember. It's not anything or it's not anything that will beat the greats of animation like Toy Story, Shrek, Finding Nemo. It's not anything that unique that you'll remember forever. I give it a 5 out of 10. Maybe for the kids, I know someone is going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're criticizing a film meant for children. For the kids, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Just because something is meant for a young audience doesn't mean that it has to be badly written. There's some films out there, like recently I watched The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot can be watched by anyone. Story is great, the writing is great. I gave it a 10 out of 10 and I reviewed it. This one is a 5 out of 10. Those are my thoughts on the film. If you've watched it, tell me what you thought about it. And then on the screen, I'll leave other reviews I've done for this year. Make sure to check them out. I'll see you in the next one.